was in college, my grades were good, I'm capable of at least an entry-level job, right? Anything at all. Please hire me at Trader Joe's. No. Literally anything. And so I became very, very confused, and it turns out when you're trying to break into advertising, specifically, you're supposed to have something called a portfolio, which is a body of creative work, generally based on projects that took place in your classroom during college. My program in college did not tell me this. I think which is why I had such a difficult time even trying to break into advertising. Once I figured this out, I realized, oh God, there's nothing on the internet that could even help you build a portfolio. Outside of building one by yourself on Wix, if you don't have any projects, impressive projects to put in a portfolio, you're kind of screwed. You can't get into advertising. And so I thought, God, I'd really like to build a little tool that would help people in my position. As my unemployment went on, I saw that on LinkedIn and on Indeed, spaces for portfolios were coming up in other industries, in other types of jobs. And I thought, well, how can this be? Employers want portfolios from everyone. Do these other kids who are pursuing other industries know what a portfolio is? I hope their professors are teaching them. I hope their career centers are helping them. Time went on. I eventually got into a startup program. Very lucky. I had no money attempting to go into it, and I thought maybe I could plead with them, hey, I have a really good idea. This portfolio thing is becoming big amongst employers, and it's really going to help college students. They let me in. The fee was $700. I had no money because I was unemployed. I literally had no money. They let me in. I started to develop this tool. As I explored the sort of landscape of hiring and employment, I realized, oh wait, there are tools that exist that I want to create. There are tools that exist that help young job applicants in other critical areas of hiring and application or applying. I thought, oh God, I really don't need to build anything new. I just need to reach out to these existing companies and talk to them about the landscape and potentially licensing out their product and putting it onto a central platform, because there are so many tools that exist that help in areas that you might not be aware, like passing applicant tracking systems. Maybe you've applied for a job, an internship, maybe you guys are a little young, but when you're in college, you're gonna apply for an internship and not understand why you're not getting it. Employers are putting applicant tracking systems in place that you might not know about. If your resume doesn't meet the qualifications of this system with very, very specific words tailored to each job, the hiring manager's never even gonna see it. And that's not the only thing, that's the first barrier. There's so many other barriers being put into place you guys have no idea about. So I thought, okay, it's time for a huge overhaul. We have to put all of these existing tools that are gonna help you guys just get an internship, literally, just be seen by a hiring manager onto one platform for your convenience so you can break into the world of employment, just get your first job. And so that's what I'm doing with this. It's quite a boring pursuit, so I thought, why not spice it up? Why not make a big hurrah of it, get the attention of students and schools, professors, parents, what have you. And so I'm in this startup program, and I'm finding all of these things out. And I thought, you know what? It was a remote program. I'm becoming incredibly depressed, but I'm also very excited at the same time. I'm gonna go do this big thing, and so I tell my mentors, hey, I can't do this remote thing anymore. Being isolated during the pandemic is starting to linger, and it's really screwing me up in the head. Sitting in my room trying to build this platform alone. I gotta take a break. I'm gonna go build it with the help of students. I'm gonna go build it as I walk across the country with the help of students, as I visit different campuses during the summer. And they go, you know what? Perfectly good idea. Go ahead and come back when your product is built. We'll put you in front of a bunch of investors and get some money. And so that's what I'm doing with this. I'm from California, so I figured why not start in California, and then made my way to New York, which I eventually want to move back to get my old life back. During the pandemic, I forced myself to gain a new life by ripping myself out of California, moving to New York. It worked. It really worked. One day I was watching the news and the mask regulations started to lift in Brooklyn. And all of these young people were going out to restaurants and they were hanging out with each other. And I thought, oh my God, I'm wasting my youth sitting in my parents' house, in my room alone. And then so I go, well, they're not gonna like if I just say, hey, I'm moving to New York. They're gonna be very upset. It's a pandemic, first of all. And so I had to make the decision to leave in the middle of the night. And so I went to the grocery store, bought some flowers, wrote a little note, put it in front of the room, and then I skipped out to New York. I landed in New York. The next day, I get a call. I get a call from my friend Jason, who I met in college. He said, hey, would you maybe want to move to New York? I thought, buddy, I'm already here. So I told him, Jason, look, I'm here, just fly here, we're gonna get a new life, and it's gonna be great. He said, perfect. You know, when you're young and stupid and you're trying to move during a pandemic, it's a whole thing. But yeah, 2 weeks later we had a new apartment and a new life, and things were great for a few years. I got a job. I don't know how I got a job, but I did, at a law firm. I worked in Times Square. God, it was beautiful. I had this like office, weirdly enough, and there's a talk that I did at the Adventures Club of Los Angeles on this website that you guys can go to, and they let me put a bunch of pictures up so you guys can see everything that I'm talking about. But I was working in Times Square. I was going to become a lawyer. In that program, I was in a paralegal program working in corporate immigration law. I was the top of my class, a national class teaching paralegals. It was just an explosion of life, like all at once. I really forced myself to get a new life, and it worked. And then layoffs came. And mind you, this is still kind of the pandemic. You know, the pandemic lasted like a handful of years, so we're like tapering out. Layoffs come, I go, oh God, well, fine. I have the experience, I'll just go get a job in another law firm. The job never came. So, all this time, no job, no job, and now I'm here. So I started the startup, my startup program over here. So it's been like huge, just, God, it's been horrible, but it's been very enlightening. And so, yeah, now I'm here, and I'm doing this walk, and I just want to say that, you know, you're going to be stuck in particular situations that seem unjustified. While I was qualified, decent person, wanted a job, for so many years it didn't come, I didn't understand. It felt like someone was trapping me in a prison for no reason at all. All those years, no job, can't even get a position volunteering. Why? I have to believe, to wake up every morning and to fill my life with meaning, I have to believe that it was for a purpose. I'm here now. So many opportunities have come after joining this startup program. I mean, you know, I'm going to DC next week to meet with the president to talk to the Department of Labor. How does that happen? How do I have nothing for so long, then one day something just opens the door and I have this entirely new life? I don't know. But every day I woke up and I just kept going. Little steps, and then one day everything just flew off the hinges and I have a completely new life. So that's what I'm doing. My walk has been a little bit delayed. I finished the Los Angeles portion. I have to go to DC next week, and then from there I go back to Los Angeles to fulfill the portion from the California desert to Arizona, and then I'll continue through the rest of the country, visiting colleges along the way. But that's about it. Kind of a boring concept, you know, employment, labor, yada yada. But I am 29, and I really wanted to spend this last year of my 20s doing something big. While I have my body and my energy and my good looks and my charisma before I hit my 30s, and I really have to put my head down and really, really work. And so I really hope that the nation can, you know, watch me do this walk and Maybe you can have students participate for an hour or two throughout different states and just really inspire people to go do their thing while you have time, while you have your life, you know, because why not? So, yeah, any questions? Yeah.
What has been your favorite part of the walk so far?
Favorite part of the walk? Having complete freedom. Complete freedom. I mean, you guys kind of like, you grew up with phones and like laptops. People are always trying to contact you. They always expect you to respond because you have a phone on you. But when you say, hey, I'm walking, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I say, hey, I'm walking, and people go, oh, okay, I won't bother her then. She's walking. God knows where she is. And it's just like, it's an overstep with how much people text you, how much people email you, how much people expect from you through technology. And for whatever reason, walking, they understand, just leave her alone. And so I kind of get to go back to the days where no one really had phones, no one was paying attention, things were like really relaxed, people had independence. And it just feels good, like mentally. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes?
Throughout your whole journey, you've pretty much seemed like you had an idea and you just went for it.
Yeah.
Was there any moment throughout anything that you've said where you feel like you hesitated a little bit, or you really weren't sure and you just went for it?
Any particular moment of the journey, or?
Yeah, any particular moment.
I would say so. I would say so. I have a lot of ideas, which I think I kind of developed the skill during college in advertising. You were constantly having to, for homework and like different projects and stuff, you were constantly having to think of idea after idea. And so it's just like your brain is just like always going. And so I had a really hard time over these last, like, let's say 10 years, trying to just decide which idea to pursue in any regard, not even in terms of a company or whatever, but in terms of just like, oh, what profession might I want to pursue, what have you. But it's funny because this experience of feeling like I was in a prison of unemployment for all these years really forced me to make this choice. I don't even know if I made this choice. This is the opportunity that I'm given, a very specific opportunity that I'm given. And so this is what I'm going to pursue now. And I mean, let's just say that this trip to DC, if it works out, it will quite literally define my life, my position in history in this country. It's a separate project from this, but related, and it's answering a very big crisis. And I don't believe I have the exact answer, but I believe if I can get the Department of Labor to agree to create a project out of this issue and my partial solution, I think I could really change the course of modern history in terms of employment and unemployment. So yeah, a decision was made for me. A life path was made for me, and I'm perfectly okay with that, because when you're sitting there unemployed for years, you want any opportunity you can get, and you kind of realize, oh, any type of life is so worth it. It's such a gift to just get up and to be given the ability to do something or serve in a particular area. The opposite, where you don't have a life, horrible. So,
I know you're gonna probably be interviewed by like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because they're like wondering what you're doing.
Mhm.
So I was just wondering, like, what type of like impact do you like hope to like put on the people that you meet?
Well, okay, so I don't know your experience with the pandemic necessarily, but it screwed a lot of people up. Completely changed the chemistry of my brain. I used to be very outgoing. I thought I was gonna be, honestly, like a comedian or something in the entertainment space. You know, I'm from California, so entertainment's all around, pretty natural decision, very boisterous, all that stuff. But being cut off from life. I became very isolated. I'm sure many of you did. Depressed. I developed an anxiety disorder. And then after forcing myself to move to New York, and then experiencing the positive results of gaining a new life, after that move, I realized, all these years later, where I am now, I realized, oh, you have to force change sometimes. And that doesn't sound good, because no one wants to force anything on anyone, or even yourself. It's very harsh. But when nothing else is working, it's brute force. And in terms of impact, I know many people are still kind of screwed up from the ramifications of the pandemic and all that isolation, depression, anxiety. And I'm hoping that this walk will show others, oh, just get up and go, and keep forcing yourself to go, because that alone will begin to change your brain chemistry again, and hopefully help you return back to normal, or go into a new normal. Yeah, so sometimes it is brute force. But yeah. Oh, let's go first.
If the pandemic never happened, like, where do you think you'd be at right now?
I'd be a struggling comedian on YouTube doing a podcast or something. Yeah. Well, no, I might. I might be in advertising. Nah, I'd probably be a comedian. It's too popular. Yeah, I'd probably just try. And then if that failed, which it probably would have, because it's so hard to even get anyone's attention with that sort of stuff. It's so competitive. Probably writing for like a cartoon show, maybe I don't know, like a comedic cartoon show. I think inspiring children through comedic animation, it really shaped me. And I would really like to do that for kids. But now I'm doing this, and it's perfectly fine. But yeah. Good.
I know you said you wanted to leave like an impact, but like, was there like anybody specifically who left an impact on you to like start this whole thing?
No, I would say pain. Lots of pain. Well, maybe. I think podcasting, how it became very big during the pandemic. Seeing people still finding a way to have fun and live a life. Maybe those sort of people, like Dan Soder, like comedians who have podcasts, Tom Segura, whatever. All those people really kept me going every day and helped me make the decision to move to New York, because a lot of them were in New York at the time. And it was great to see them. I moved to New York, and I got to see all those people in person in comedy clubs and stuff. I'm like, okay, there's still a life out there. Maybe it's not mine, but yeah. So entertainment is definitely like crucial, and arguably the greatest import or export of American culture, entertainment. So yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
Looking back at your time like at 2020, do you look at it like more positively or something that you want to kind of forget about?
I would say, I wouldn't say it was positive. I would say it was necessary. Only until recently would I say that, what year is it now? 2026? I would say 2020 through 2025. Looking back on it, I did not want to, and when I did, it was painful and devastating to know that I lost so many years of my youth. But if, like I said, if this thing works out in DC, and I was thinking to myself this morning as I was getting ready, I was like, what am I gonna say to them? Because it's a pretty devastating story until now. Literally like a few days ago when I got invited to go meet with the president next week. If this works out, all of it was worth it. But it was so painful. The worst experience of my life. So I think this is, next week is hopefully going to be a huge redemption arc for me. Yeah. Yeah.
With all your ups and downs, how'd you know like to keep moving and like did you think it was gonna turn out all right?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, in terms of my brain chemistry, I know many people suffer with clinical depression where it is a chemical thing and not necessarily an environmental thing. They could have, a great life, very cushiony, comfortable life, and still wake up and not really want to be here. For whatever reason, I wake up every day, and even if things aren't great, I'm just kind of like a happy person. And do my little thing every day. I go get coffee, whatever. But I know that's really not the case for other people. So it really, I think it is like a brain chemistry thing. So, yeah. Happy to wake up and watch podcasts and listen, or drink coffee, and then that's great. But this is even greater. So this definitely is now keeping me going. Yeah. Yes.
Like, this is kind of like a more like funner question, but like, which state do you think is going to be your favorite state to go to?
Ooh. Illinois. So I started college off actually in Chicago. I went to DePaul University because they were the only college that accepted me when I was in high school. And oh my God, maybe I didn't have, the greatest opportunities in terms of education. Literally, DePaul was the only college that accepted me. I was not a good student in high school. And it changed my life. Moving to one of the greatest cities in the world, in the US. Oh my God, I flourished there. I had the best time. I haven't been back since college, and I'm very excited to not necessarily even go back there to go party or eat at nice restaurants or anything. I'm just to go back to a location that shaped you. Let's say I have to spend maybe the first few days in Chicago alone, because it's going to lend to really deep reflection on my own life, even though I am so young. And I really cherish those moments of deep reflection. I'm very glad I have the ability and the opportunity to sit with myself, which is something actually that was nice during the pandemic. I feel as if my brain really expanded and grew, and my capabilities to think deeply. That was shaped during the pandemic, as I spent so much time alone in my room, or so much time walking around my community. So yeah, Chicago, yeah. Anything else?
If you could like give your younger version, like let's say like when you just got out of high school or out of college, I should say, like what would you tell like your younger self?
If I just got out of college?
Yeah.
In high school, you mean?
Or high school, sorry.
Oh, high school?
Yeah, high school, sorry.
I don't even know if I want to talk to her. If I knew what was going to, well, I guess technically, I was gonna say if I knew what was going to happen to me or the world, I don't know what I would have done. I would have fled to, I don't know, Argentina or the tip of South America. I have no idea. It's just like, I would just say, prepare and maybe start on this now, so you have something to do. I don't think you really want to warn someone of how painful a situation is going to be. It's too much. It's literally incomprehensible. So I don't think I would say that. I wouldn't say anything to her. I would let her be surprised. If I had to say something, I would say it's all for a reason. Maybe not put on by anyone else, but every day you have to wake up and think, hey, this is all going to mean something one day if you just keep going. Yeah.
So earlier in the very beginning, you mentioned that you were quote unquote broke
Mm-hmm.
in your early years. I want to ask you, to your knowledge, what's the most like stupidest decision, economically speaking, that you have made, and what is the best investment you've made today?
Investment? I would say none. I haven't made any good investments. Maybe just best investment, not the smartest investment. Best investment, forcing myself to move to New York.
Okay.
Forcing myself. Stupidest investment? Trying to live on credit cards in New York. I have to go settle some lawsuits in New York, which is also why I'm going back. You know, credit cards are predatory. Those companies, they'll get you however they want to get you. But also, you know, you think, certainly I'll get a job next month at least. I'll pay a month's rent with my credit card. And the job just never came. And then I just, because I'm a happy person and I have a great outlook on life, I just kept waking up thinking, I'm gonna get a job. It never came. And so, that's a lot of credit card debt that I have to figure out, and I have to force myself to live a big life and hopefully make a lot of money at some point to pay all of my student loans off. I went to 3 colleges. I did a master's in New York, so that's, you know, more education that I have to pay off. I would say, but the best investment was definitely just moving to a different city. I mean, if you guys if you really don't know where to go, like if you want to move to a new city, have a new experience, the default is New York. It's never going to be bad to you. There's so much culture there. It's meant for the youth, you know, just go there, hang out a little bit. Don't go into credit card debt. Don't do that, but go experience New York. If not, Chicago. LA maybe, but definitely New York. Yeah. Anything else? Good.
Throughout the struggles in your journey, were there any criticism or comments that stuck to you or made you question your purpose?
I mean, certainly parents always have something to say regardless of what you're doing. I'm sure, you know, when Obama was president, his parents were still criticizing him. But no, I think, no, luckily no. My friends don't care what I do. They don't care if I'm unemployed or not. My parents will always have something to say. But it's actually been great to see how excited other professionals are, such as Brent, such as you know, the Avengers Club of Los Angeles and all those guys and gals, and you know, organizations in the government. You say you're gonna do something big, and it seems pretty attainable. Oh, I'm gonna walk. Okay, I'm gonna walk far distance. Cool. Can I represent the country? Yeah, go ahead. Great. Very excited. So most of the people have been very, very, very excited because I made it a big thing, but it's pretty attainable, you know? So, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. This might be very, very rhetorical, but why'd you name it entrepreneur? Because I know you did advertising. Why didn't you just name it the advertiser or something?
Yeah. I was considering. I was considering. But because I came out of a startup program and I'm going to be building a platform with those, a central platform with those critical employment tools. And it's going to be a company. I'm going to be building the company and the platform as I go on the walk. So the entrepreneur, what have you. I'm very, in terms of names, I'm very bland. So right now the platform is just called Employment Inc. I know. In the startup program, they have you register your company in Delaware as a C Corp, and it's just called Employment Inc., which is so embarrassing, but I don't know. I've actually, and you guys can go to the contact page or whatever. I had some kids at Pasadena City College and Santa Monica Community College, I think, help they're helping to name the company. So if you guys want to enter a name, do the contact page, go ahead. I'll be considering names other than Employment Inc. Throughout this walk, and we'll come up with something at the end. Yeah. Yes.
How was the first time talking to your parents after leaving to New York?
Ooh, that was bad. That was really bad. You know, I have to be real with you guys. Like, the hard parts of life and the decisions you make, sometimes they're not good. They're really hard and bad and painful. I was sitting down at a cafe having coffee, waiting for Jason to fly into New York, my friend that was gonna move with me. I get this call from my mom, yelling for so long. I'm like, oh my God. And she has to. Your parents kind of, they do things because they care, they want to show they care, it's their reaction. But you know, after a few days, they're gonna settle down. Doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna yell at you. Just go, this is going on too long and I'm trying to enjoy my coffee. I know this is never gonna end. Click, bad decision. But at that point in my life, I was old enough to where she understood that was her decision. She's not coming back. I gotta settle down.
How old were you?
23, I think. 23, 24, maybe, something like that. Yeah. Now I'm 29. Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie The Long Walk? I think it came out this year.
What is it called?
The Long Walk.
Oh, is that the one? Are they in the military or something?
Yeah, it's like they just keep on walking until there's like one person left, and then like they get like a wish, like or whatever they want.
I saw the trailers. I thought that movie came out like a long time ago. No?
I think it was this year or last year.
Oh dang. No, I didn't see it. Was it good?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Should I watch it? Or is it gonna scare me?
I think it probably scared you.
Okay. I'll watch it after I do my walk. Yeah.
Did you do any like preparation or like train before you started just walking, or you just kind of like winged it?
No, I was planning on running. I don't know why. And then I thought, oh my God, I'm not one to prepare for anything. Just change it to walk. And then I thought, okay, how can I spin this so it doesn't look like I'm lazy? Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys this. Whatever. So then I said, I've been saying to people, because I have to pitch to different organizations and whatnot to get sponsorships and partnerships and yada yada, and I go, I changed it to walk because no one really has to prepare to walk, so other people can join me if they want. And so I'm trying to be inclusive. And then I realized that should have been the reasoning the whole time, but I am kind of lazy. So, yeah. Thank you. You had a question, or? Yeah.
Yeah. If you could change one thing about the way society approaches careers and employment, what would that be?
You said what in employment?
If you could change one thing about the way society approaches careers and employment, what would that be?
I didn't really want to give it away, but when I go to DC next week, I was trying to think about like what would be the most important thing to talk about with the Department of Labor, and I just don't think it's conducive to the health of society that expects almost every person to work, to live, to have a gap of luck whether you get a job or not. I think there needs to be a base layer of employment offered to every individual, at least in this country, offering a little bit of money to survive, rather than universal basic income alone. With the shift in AI operating as employees for companies, and the swaths of layoffs going on in different industries around the country, we got to figure something out. We could, I guess, just give people universal basic income for at least a partial amount of time while we figure out the whole AI overhaul in employment, or we could figure out how to provide people with jobs that don't require, how do I put it? Don't require a particular set of skills developed. There needs to be at least a handful of types of jobs that can just be given to you if you need work. Unemployment and universal basic, or unemployment checks, or what have you, getting those alone, it's too much of a slippery slope. It can lead to the lack of productivity in a human that generally wants to serve and finds meaning in serving, at least in a small way. It can lead to just not great conditions mentally, not giving people work. And again, work oftentimes is an opportunity because of our biology. We want to be part of society, we want to help. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to figure out with the Department of Labor, is figure out that base line of work that can be provided to everyone, no question asked, in a society where we are expected to work and be productive in society. I was thinking about it all of like the last few days, and I'm really trying to like clarify the message in my head for them. So I'm still trying to like work out like words in my head and stuff. But anything else? Yes.
I got a question for you. So they're getting ready to turn in their resumes, cover letters.
Sure.
And you've got a couple sponsors up here, supporters that have already signed up to help you get across country. So share with us your elevator pitch or your sales pitch on why this is important. How, like, why is partnering with you beneficial to a company?
Sure.
What are you saying to them?
Do you want to pull up the supporters page real quick so we can see? Oh,
Yeah, you can
so-
click on it. It's right on that mouse right there.
So just so you guys can see. So essentially, what I've been saying to these companies is that, hey, I'm young, I'm doing something big. I'm going to be reaching many college students who are going to be in my position the next few years. You have an opportunity to reach my audience. They're going to be inspired. And I hate to say it, but companies, organizations, they're not always looking for meaning, they're looking to reach audiences, to sell their products, to attract engagement. Unfortunately, that just is what it is these days. Maybe they like that there is some meaning behind me. Maybe they're thinking some things that they don't ever want to say out loud to me. Utilizing me in particular ways. But I need them and they need me, or at least they can use me. So I've really been honing in on audience and engagement and youth. And that's just kind of the cruel truth of it. I'm not so sure if they really prioritize my desire to inspire you guys and give you opportunity.
And that kind of leads me to my follow-up question for you. You're uniquely, for a 29-year-old,
Yeah.
non-digital.
Yes.
Most companies want someone that's got 100,000 plus followers. That's not how you're reaching people. So how does I2E, Sabre benefit from you? I mean, I love the fact that you come to class and everyone gets to see this, and your story is incredible. But don't they demand from you that continued interaction, their companies being posted on your story?
No. I've reached out to many organizations, for-profit profit, not for profit, yada yada. These are the organizations that got back to me. Think thousands. Look at that. That's less than 10. But all you need is one. Literally all you need is one. And then you build on that. Hey, this person is sponsoring me. And you get your second yes. And then your third yes. Maybe you get less than 10. But that's really all you need. You just need the one yes to gain traction. Organizations want to see that other organizations are interested in you. And I would say another way that maybe I sold this to my first sponsor, Sabre, is that I promise you, this walk will gain an audience. I promise you. Please just send me a few products. Please just repost my video on social media. Begging, desperate. Fine. We'll send you a few products and we'll repost your video on social media. Great. Hey, plug and play, I'm an entrepreneur. Sabre sponsoring me. I promise you this walk will generate engagement. I promise you. Fine. Here's a hat. Here's a hat that says plug and play. Great. Hey, I2E, plug and play, the entrepreneurship organization or the startup organization said yes to me. What about you? Great. Here's I forget what they gave me, honestly. It's in my luggage. But that's all. It took me so long just to gain these. Like, so long. And so, to create something out of nothing, you really have to sell an idea. You really have to put yourself out there. Promise. I'm going to do the thing that I said. I promise. Just to sell yourself. I have nothing. I don't even have a published platform. That's why I'm doing this walk. I need to sell something. Again, a walk is attainable. So they kind of go, okay, well, she's walking. Nah, just give her the hat. We'll repost her video on social media or whatever. It's nothing to us. So.
What's the biggest company you asked to sponsor you?
Oh, that I asked?
Yeah.
Oh God, think of anything and I asked them. Coca-Cola, stop emailing us. Red Bull, stop emailing us. National Geographic, no, we're not helping you. And think of anything, Walmart, anything. Okay, so Freedom 250, it took me honestly a while after I devised this little idea of myself walking. It took me a while to realize that it's America's 250th birthday and Route 66's 100th birthday. One morning, I was half asleep, and after you send so many emails out begging organizations for help or recognition or anything, you're just on autopilot. All right, this organization. So a lot of the times I do wake up even before my coffee and I just start my little emails, whatever organization I can find, relevant or not. Freedom 250, they said yes so quickly. And I thought, what even is this organization? Freedom 250 was created because of America's 250th birthday. They're helping to host and bring awareness to celebrations around the country to the celebrating birthday. Again, I was half asleep when I sent that email and when I got the yes a few minutes later. They're not just my sponsors, they're my partners. Every week, I'm invited to another event around the country as VIP, completely free. Next week, I get to meet the president. I get to talk to him. I know, obviously, this country is politically divided, but that's an insane opportunity. I was half asleep. Don't do that. But after you are exhausted, being desperate, you're gonna end up doing that. I did not realize this until a few days ago, how big this get was. And that came a few months ago. I have not gone to any of their events until I decided last week I'm gonna go to the event next week in Washington, D.C. I did not know the president was gonna be there. I had the realization of this opportunity to change the employment landscape or the unemployment landscape just a couple days ago, and I realized the events and the realization aligned, so I have to go. But you never really know what your biggest opportunity is going to be. Total fluke. It's now turning into my biggest opportunity, literally of my life. Of my life. So, yeah.
And to the emails you sent, the hundreds of thousands of them, since this is a business communications class, we'll make it a little technical. When you sat there and you said, I want to target certain businesses, did you do some research about the businesses, or did you just have a form email you were sending to everybody and anybody?
Different industries had basically a template that I would write out. But everyone I would try to do research on, then I would change the template to tailor it to them. But I don't know. I think there are very few times when I am just so exhausted that I see an organization's name and think they're likely related to my journey. Let's just send it out. It doesn't happen often, but I do get very exhausted sometimes. But mostly I know who I'm emailing and what they're about. So. Yeah.
And what's the benefit to that? I guess, why do you take the time to do the research and learn?
I actually am just curious about what they do. I'm curious about other founders, other entrepreneurs, when they started their company, what their background is, you know, the history of Walmart, the history of Krispy Kreme, so on and so forth. And so I do kind of just get caught up in reading their about pages and their Wikipedia pages. Try to find, if you guys are ever sending emails like this, or in any capacity like this, try to find your curiosity in what you're doing and let that guide you. Sometimes I do email about founders. I relate these emails to the founders because I'm curious about them. And I get really good responses. They don't always lead to a yes, but it's a new professional connection that I've made. It's new awareness that I've gained. Whoever's running those emails on the other side, whoever is emailing me from Freedom 250, now they know what I'm doing, even if they do say, sorry, we don't have anything we can give you. But they know. If they come across me on Instagram, or if they see me in the news, they know. So, anything else?
I guess one last question for you. 3 years from now, where do you hope to be?
Hope to be, I actually hope
Plan to be? Or plan to be, either or?
Plan to be. I do actually hope to be a serial entrepreneur. I hope to sell this platform as quickly as possible to, let's say, Resi, my new partner as of a couple days ago. I want to create. I want to create products even if they fail. I want to help create software even if it fails. I love thinking of ideas. Like I said, it goes back to advertising. Having fun with ideas as your homework. This catchy name, this catchy idea, just going. And that's translated to this. That's translated to my tenacity to send all these emails, tailor them in different ways, specify them. Yeah, I hope to sell this platform to someone, and then I do need to make some money to pay off all my debts, right? So I'll probably hopefully sell this, use the same formula for a platform, let's say for taxes or in law, and then try to sell a few of those, and then go on to the fun stuff, the things that I really want to do. Just be a mad scientist, crazy Willy Wonka person in terms of business. So yeah, I'm only getting started. Big things. Yeah.
When you go to like, how will you know that what your mission that you try to accomplish is fulfilled?
Getting there. Just getting there. That's all. This is more than enough. This might not seem like success, but for so long I had nothing. Being able to get out of the house, get into this classroom, meeting different people, getting some yeses. Not even really sure what these yeses even mean as of now. This is a life. I didn't have a life, now I do. I'm successful. But I also do need to pay off my debt. So hopefully, hopefully by the time I get to New York, I'll have enough money to pay off one of my student loans. But yeah, I feel successful already. Anything else?
I got one last one. They keep coming up. When you were going through COVID, when you were in New York, lost your job, the no's seemed to kind of dictate, the no's you received in job applications, everything, dictate your world and put you in a bad place.
Sure.
You're now getting no's, and it seems like you're still smiling. How is it you've gotten over the pain of rejection? Or haven't you? Have not, okay.
Someone at Pasadena City College asked me the same thing. Every day I wake up, I've learned to take at least 1 day's break from my laptop and my email at some point during the week, just because it's so much on my ego and my mind, and my emotions, and how I go through the day, how I experience the day. Every day is painful. Every day is this exciting and this painful. I am scared of my emails because I never know what I'm gonna open up. Every email starts the same, and when you open it up, it's completely different each time. Every day I go through hell, but somehow it's getting me to heaven, I think, or at least back down to earth. It's very exciting. I cannot wait for it to end. I cannot wait to sell this platform and to just relax. It's so much fun doing this, and I cannot wait to get to New York and to celebrate with my family and my friends. I'm exhausted, and I've barely begun. I've also built somewhat of a callus, but it hurts every single day to see that no. But it's strange because there's always one yes and like a batch of 50 no's. My ego is in pain every single day. So, sometimes it doesn't get easier. Sometimes you have to give yourself that break. You have to force that break from your laptop or from whatever you're doing. But because I'm in the position that I am, I don't get Saturdays and Sundays off. I don't hang out with my friends. My full focus is on this. So, yeah. I'm in a very unique position right now where I'm wearing myself down, but something good's gonna come. I know. Yeah.
Did you ask people to do it with you? Like a friend or something?
Oh, to like do this?
Yeah, like with you?
Yeah. No one has time, everyone has a job. No one has the time, everyone has a job. The traveling crew that I was actually supposed to take, for the entire length of the walk throughout the whole country, it fell through. And so now I am scrambling, trying to give other people who might have the time to prepare or to figure out if they have the time. Everyone's busy, and that's okay. I just have to move around my schedule and figure out how to get other people to participate. I like to say that as long as I finish this, at some point during the year, I did it. It's fine. But yeah. Yeah.
Is there a specific like celebrity you want to gather attention of? Like a singer or like an actor?
No, I don't think so. I haven't thought about that in a while, actually. I invited Lance Armstrong to my talk at the Adventures Club of Los Angeles, which you guys can watch through this website. And you guys might want to watch it because I almost started crying. It's kind of embarrassing. I never got a response back from him, but if he were to have come, that would have been really cool. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. I think maybe if I can get the attention of the Department of Labor, I'll be quite fulfilled and excited, which is kind of boring, but yeah. Do you guys think that I should get the attention of a particular celebrity or someone? Yeah.
I was thinking Tom Hanks because of Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, Tom Hanks. I'll try to reach out to his wife or something. Rita. Or Chet or something. Ooh, I can reach out to Chet. He's crazy. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah.
Noah Lyles.
Ooh,
Noah Lyles.
please don't.
Or is that
The
like the
Olympic
Olympic
runner.
track runner? The best.
The fastest man.
Oh, okay. I'll reach out to him. The Olympics also told me to stop emailing them, which is funny. I said, please, for the love of God, my family helped build California. My father's company is helping to build a lot of the infrastructure in anticipation of the Olympics. I was like, please let me hold a torch. You hand out thousands of torches. They said, no. Okay, all right. After a few months of trying, fine. No, but yeah, maybe I'll reach out to him. No one? No one?
Noah Lyles.
Okay. Alright, I'll look him up. Anything else? Yeah.
How do you like Arizona?
I like Arizona. I've lived here before. I did a small stint right when the pandemic started. My friend had purchased a house here. She went to college here. I think Grand Canyon. And so we lived out here and we, you know, unsafely partied in Tempe as we were young with all those students, and it was really fun, but I eventually left. The minerals in your guys' water, it's not good for my hair texture. So I went back to California actually, but it was a lot of fun. You guys have great nightlife out here and really good food. Are you from here?
Yeah.
Where?
Glendale.
Glendale?
Phoenix, and then I came to Glendale.
Oh, cool, cool, very cool. Try to go to New York. Don't say they're doing.
I don't think I will.
Anything else? Okay.
Well, thank you very much.